Hi, my name's Ruan and this is my channel, The Yorkshire Sew Girl. How are we all diddling? I hope we're all okay. I'm alright. Do you know why I'm alright? Because in the morning, I'm going on an aeroplane to this big ball of sunshine and I can't wait. So I've got about half an hour free before I need to go pick the kids up from their last day at school. So I thought I would crack on and record a vlog that I've been thinking about for a little while. I did mention it in my last vlog that I might do this, and I have done it. And I've actually prepped. Do you want to see? Proof. Look at this. I'm a new woman. So I've got my cup of tea in my I can't be trusted at B&M mug. If you know, you know. I know that really annoys people when vloggers are on here having a good sip of their tea and coffee and stuff. I'm so sorry if it offends you, but you know me, I like to blabber a lot, so I need a bit of liquid to lubricate it. It's only peppermint tea. It's nothing exciting. I was drinking cocktails when I'm on holiday though. So I've had my hair did at the weekend. I've had my nails done. Obviously outrageously bright for my hollybobs. Today, so that you know, I'm wearing my Donny shirt. This is just a twirl. I had some leftover fabric from, I'd made the Orchard dress in this, which is a free pattern by Helen's Closet last year. And I only had a small amount left. And when I saw the new Donny shirt by Friday Pattern Company, I thought, I think that's a bit of me. And you don't need a lot of fabric. Now, I can't remember how much I had, but it was all in kind of scraps. And I managed to get every single bit cut out of this. But when I'd cut it all out and I started sewing it, I realised I'd only cut out one yoke and one something else. Anyway, so I had to get the scraps that were literally in just a tiny ball in my hand because that's all I had left. And I had to go through my scraps and try and piece together some of the pieces that I'd not realised that I'd not cut out. So my back yoke is actually in two pieces. I just sewed them together, but it's worked and it's on the inside, so who cares? And it's a twirl. And I know I don't make twirls. I hate making twirls, but I just thought I want to make it in a fabric where I'm just using up what I've got left to see what the fit's like, because I've got the big hips, you know. I'm quite wide around that area and I wanted to see kind of what it looked like. But I'm ever so happy about it. I'm not going to go into too much detail because I'll probably review it at some point, but just so you know, this is it here. I love it. It's so nice. I can't wait to make more. I've got quite a few planned in my head, at least 3. That'll probably never get made. But I do think I'm going to cut out 2 more of these when I get back from my holiday, because I bought some plain fabric from Versa Fabrics when I was there, and then I've got a leopard print that I want to make it out of, obviously. This is like a cotton linen blend. I'd like to make it out of like a muslin fabric that I've got, and also it's like a linen look viscose. It's got like a slub texture to it, the other fabric. So just to see how they all work. And obviously I'd like to make a viscose one as well. Any more, Ruan? Any more Donnies for your wardrobe? Maybe. Keep watching. So anyway, I'm already 3.5 minutes in. But anyway, so I thought I would come to you today with 5 dress patterns that I've made and I would definitely make again, and 5 patterns that I want to make that are dress patterns. Now, I did a vlog maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago about blouse patterns of a similar nature, and that was for the Sew April Blouse Challenge that I was running with Gabrielle from Cloth Edit. And you guys seem to like that format, so I thought I would do the same thing. I have chosen only 5 of each. Reason being is we'll be here forever with me mouthing off. I could have picked more, put it that way, but maybe I'll do another one maybe in a few months' time. But we're going to start with my number 1 favourite dress. Well, I've got 2 that are kind of joint first and second, and you all know which 2 these patterns are anyway if you've watched my channel for any length of time. But we'll go with number 1, and that is the Saltwater Slip by Friday Pattern Company. And if I can, I'll be popping pictures up to show you myself in it. So a picture of the actual pattern and then a picture of me having made it as well. Now, the Saltwater Slip I have made 2 of. Yes, 2. And I have 1 cut out in a little file that I've had for ages, actually. I've never got round to sewing it up, so I must do that this year. I am actually cheekily going to Portugal with the girls next month for a few nights, so I might try and sew it up for then. I need to write a list. Anyway, I digress. So I'm going to read you out what they say about the Saltwater Slip, and this is from direct from the websites as well, just so that I'm covering everything. You know what I'm saying? You don't mind if I read off here, do you? If you do, tough. The Saltwater Slip is a simple slip dress with adjustable straps that can be layered or worn on its own. The pattern comes with 2 length options, above the knee and it says T length. Is that like T dress length or do they mean knee length? T. T must just be the length. It's like, on me, it's like a mid-axi, I would say. Or maybe a midi, something like that. With side slits. Oh, sorry if you can hear my tumble dryer going off every now and again as well. It does that. And I'm right above it, so I'm very sorry. It also comes with optional side ties to add a bit of waist shaping. Wear this slip over a t-shirt, under a sheer dress or on its own. The pattern comes in sizes XS to 7X and includes multiple cup sizes. So there's a BC cup and a CD cup. This is a pullover dress with no closures. Yes. You'll want to make this easy to sew slip again and again. So it says, say later skater to boring outfits, the Saltwater Slip is a layering piece that will add style to any look. Wear it over your favourite t-shirt and some comfy sneakers for a cute casual vibe. Or if you've got a dressy event, no problem. Make the saltwater in a fancier fabric and it's easy to dress up for an elegant occasion. And I agree with that. Now I wear mine usually with some white pumps or with some sandals. I have actually packed both of my saltwater slips in my suitcase for my holiday, and I do tend to wear them during the day and at night time. I tend to wear my leopard print one at night time because it feels a bit more dressy with maybe some gold sandals, and I tend to wear my purple one during the day with some nice sandals or flip-flops. But I love it. And because it doesn't have any closures, the only notions you need for this pattern are some bra sliders, you know, that you have so that you can adjust your straps. I suppose you could make them without if you wanted to. You could just extend the strap piece and just sew them in. But I really like the bra sliders because I always have a problem with the height of it and I hate having to take them off, my dress off, try it back on again, change the strap length, try it on again, take it off. So these bra sliders are really, really good. That's the only notion that you need though, other than obviously your thread. So this goes from a bust option of 32 to 50 inches, a waist of 24 to 43 and a hips of 34 to 53. But what I like about this pattern is its versatility, and I didn't think it was actually going to suit my body shape because I'm quite thick set. How many times can I tell you that I'm a bit thick set in the middle? I'm boring myself. But anyway, you can actually bring it in with some ties, and you can either tie it at the front or you can tie it at the back. And yeah, I love it, as you probably already know. So that's number 1. Let's have another slurp. That's going to do you ready. Number 3, I'll give you a guess. Begins with L. Lyra Dress by Tilly and the Buttons. Obviously, guys, you know my love for this pattern. Wasn't really sure about it to start off with. Decided to have a go with animal print, obviously, and fell in love with it. And actually, it was really nice because I got a lot of compliments about that dress at the time because loads of other people had said they weren't too sure about it. But when they'd seen my copy of it in the leopard print, they were like, oh, that puts a really different spin on it. So it was quite nice to get that feedback as well. So it just says, swoosh around in effortless style with this on-trend dress, endlessly versatile, pick cool cotton for summer, cozy needle cord for winter, or drapey viscose for added swish. So it's an easy fitting bodice with bust darts and button front opening, classic 2-piece collar and stand, choice of short sleeves or full length billowy sleeves with elasticated cuffs. Gathered skirt can be hemmed at the knee or add the midi length panel for a trendy tiered look. Optional narrow tie to cinch the waist, and of course side seam pockets. Oh yeah. Now, how many of these have I made? Let me have a think. So what made me want to wear this, make this pattern was on the back of the packet, there is the most beautiful short sleeved, short dress version in this gorgeous, I think it's a Lady McElroy fabric. And I just went and clicked yes to the pattern and then went and clicked yes to the fabric. So I wanted to make an exact replica. So I think I've made 4 Lyras actually. Yes, I have. So I've made my long tiered animal print one. I've made a long tiered, I've got this black with red flowers on it, which I love. I've got the short sleeved version for the Lady McElroy fabric, and then I also made one for work in some beautiful fabric that was gifted by Kristen from the Dahlia Society, and I made that one a little bit different. I just had one tier, but I lengthened it to the right size. That's the one I probably wear the most, and the reason for that is because I wear it to work all the time and I love it. So the bodice is really nice because it's not really tight and it's not mega oversized. It is just right for me. And then you can cinch it in with a belt if you so wish, or if you put a bit of weight on like me. I don't wear it with a belt anymore. I used to, but not anymore because it's comfier without. That goes in size range of 6 to 34. These are UK sizes, which is a bust of 30 to 60, a waist of 24 inches to 53, and hips of 33 to 61 inches. And all you need for this pattern is a little bit of interfacing. That's for your collar, some buttons, and for the long sleeve version, you need some elastic for the cuffs. Now, I don't think I told you what size I made the Saltwater Slip in. Just for reference, I made a large on the bust and then an XL on the waist and the hips, just so that you know. And on the Lyra dress, I made a size 5, which is actually downsizing 1 to 2 sizes for me. So there is quite a lot of room in the Lyra. But I did extend the length of the bodice by 2 inches and the sleeves by 2 inches. But I actually think I would extend the sleeves even more next time if I was going to do the long version again. So obviously I'm 5'8", so take that as you will. Okay, number 3. I made this dress last year. Was it last year? Yes, with Alison from So Like Dotty. Excuse me. And I forgot how much I love this dress. I didn't think I'd fit in it. So I dug it out of my wardrobe to try on for my holiday, and I put it on and I literally felt incredible in it. And it made me think I need to make another one of these. So I'm going to make a short version of this, I think, this summer, because I just felt so good in it. And that is the Shelby Dress by True Bias. And again, I'll be putting pictures in. But yeah, when I tried it on, I was just, I don't know, it made me feel really good. It made my figure look really nice. It skimmed where I wanted it to skim, and it hugged where I wanted it to hug. And I just felt a bit princessy in it. I loved it, absolutely loved it. So yeah, I've dug the pattern back out and I'm going to have a look at doing the short version of it. But anyway, so the Shelby pattern is a princess seam dress or romper with 4 views. Each has a V-shaped neckline, front button opening and back waist tie. Views A and B are dresses with a traditional short sleeve. View A is a mini dress hitting mid-thigh, while View B is a longer dress that ends around the ankle. View C and D are rompers with a cap sleeve. And the romper gives the illusion of basically being a dress with the coverage of kind of like shorts or trousers. And View C is a mini length romper hitting mid-thigh, while View D's hems end just above the ankle. So there's loads of options with this. So you can basically make a romper, or you can make a dress, and you can make them either short or long. And yeah, I love it. So I've made the short sleeve version in the longest length dress. And I don't know if it's the princess seams or what it is, but it's beautiful. It's just beautiful, and I absolutely adore it. That goes in size range of 0 to 32. That is US sizes, which is a bust of 32 to 59.5, waist of 26 to 52.5, and hips of 34 to 61.5. And the only thing you need for that is some buttons and some lightweight interfacing. So again, not that much. The only thing about it is there's a lot of buttonholes. I actually put more in mine from memory because I remember watching Tamlin from Sewn on the Times review on it, and she said she needed different button placement around her bust area to make it lie flat. So I actually did more buttons than I needed to. So I love a buttonhole though. I know loads of people don't and probably think I'm a little bit crazy, but I loves me a good buttonhole. So now I made on this one a size 12 on the bust and a 16 on the waist and hips, just for reference, if you wanted to know. But every time I think about that dress, I feel nice inside. So I'm definitely going to be making another one of them. And the last one, I mean, there were so many that I could have chosen, but I chose the ones that were all a little bit different and that I think I definitely want to make again sooner than some of the others. And the last one for me is the Kielo wrap dress by Named Clothing. And I made this quite some years ago. I actually think it might have been before lockdown. That's quite a long time ago, isn't it? So I made that in a size 16, but probably quite a bit bigger than that. But I have bought some fabric the last time I went to First of Fabrics to make a short sleeved short version of this dress, and I can't wait to get it made up. I'll show you the fabric in another video maybe, but yeah, I can't wait. I'm already excited. So it says the Kielo dress and jumpsuit are wonderfully casual yet stylish pieces of clothing. You can sew both variations either with or without sleeves. The dress pattern has a neckband and a vent at the back hem to add room for movement. The armholes of a sleeveless dress are finished with a bias binding, and there's a vent with a button closure at the back of the jumpsuit pattern, and its neckline is finished with a facing. So again, good options with this one. You can make the dress basically any length that you want, but you can also do a jumpsuit. Now I've got that pattern. Originally when they brought it out, it was just for the dress, but now they have the dress and the jumpsuit. I'm not that keen on the jumpsuit. It's okay, but the dress is kind of where I'm at. Now I made this some time ago when I was a lot thinner, and I made the short sleeveless version. But yeah, I would like to make like short sleeves about this length, short version for the next one. I mean, I'd like to make the longer length, but I just don't know if it'll suit me that much. I might try that maybe with a cheaper fabric, but who knows. So the size range on this one is 4 to 28 in UK, which is a bust of 30 to 53, waist of 33 to 56, and a hips of 33 to 56. Now, what's good about this dress though is that you can just cinch it right in at the waist, so you don't need to worry too much about your waist size, because you can just cinch it in. And the only thing you kind of need for this is some knit interfacing. If you're doing the sleeveless dress, it says some knit bias binding, but I think I just made it out of the fabric that I was using at the time. And then for the jumpsuit, you need a thin ribbon for the button loop and a button. So again, not an awful lot of notions are needed, and yeah, really, really happy with that dress. I need to dig it out to see if it fits me basically, because it is a stretchy fabric. But yeah, that it's interesting actually, out of my top 5 that there's only one that is with knit fabric rather than woven. And the other thing that's quite interesting is majority of these patterns that I've made up are all in a viscose type of fabric, with the exception I think of one of the Lyras, which is a cotton lawn. And that is because I just love viscose. I love how it feels. I love the drapiness of it. But majority of these patterns you can actually make in different types of fabric, as long as they tend to have a little bit of drape. But like you say in the Lyra, it gave in the description basically that you could use different types of fabric, maybe some like needle cord, which I never even thought about, but that would actually be really cute. Now I've just said that that was the last one I wanted to talk about. It wasn't. I've just skipped number 4 altogether. I'm so professional. Honestly, I scare myself sometimes. I forgot number 4. The Kielo wrap dress was actually number 5. Number 4 was the Rita shirt dress, and that is also by Named Clothing. Now for me, I love Named Clothing because they draft for 5'8", which is exactly my size. My neighbour's just started mowing the lawn, by the way, if you can hear that, sorry. So for me it's great because one of my biggest bugbears is that I have to lengthen every single pattern normally that I make, but with Named Clothing I don't have to do that. So the Rita is a classic loose fitting shirt dress with simple but thought out details. This timeless sewing pattern features pleated breast pockets, a shirt collar and a waist gathered with a cord. The turn-ups of the t-shirt sleeves and the deep vents on the midi length hem add a carefree character to the dress. Now this is a beautiful dress. There's not loads of variations to this dress. I mean, obviously you can take the pockets off and you could change the length of it, etc. But I made this up and it was just perfect. I love the details on this dress. I love a shirt dress anyway, and it's kind of more relaxed shirt dress, and the drawstring, it obviously pulls you in the middle. And I really like the construction internally for the drawstring. You basically get ribbon and you sew the ribbon onto the inside, so it looks really, really nice and high end on the inside as well as the outside. Now, the only things you need for this, again, is some fusible interfacing, some small buttons, and some ribbon for the drawstring casing, and then some cord for the drawstring as well. So you need a few other bits in this one, but what I would say is it's absolutely worth it. And this goes from a size 4 to 28 in UK. So that's a bust of 30 to 53, waist of 33 to 56, and hips of 33 to 56, which is exactly the same as the Kielo wrap dress. So what do we think to my top 5? Oh, I'm already 20 minutes in and I've only talked about the 5 that I've made already. It's going to be a long one, this. So let's get on to 5 dress patterns that I do want to make. Okay, so these are patterns that I haven't made already. These are patterns that I would really like to make. And I would say majority of them are summery, because we're coming into the summer, aren't we? Well, as much of the summer as the UK will allow us. But number one for me is the Kew Dress by Nina Lee. I've crushed over this pattern for a good couple of years now, and I've never got round to making it. So this is going to be the year. Oh yes. So the Kew Dress is a dreamy blend of vintage and contemporary elements inspired by the balmy ups and rainy downs of British summertime. It's about right, isn't it? Think picnics and garden parties, strawberries and cream, sometimes sunshine, and being beside the seaside. Version 1 has a touch of 1940s tea dress with rushed sleeves for those cooler days, and version 2 is hot weather ready with a strappy bodice and the option of on-trend cold shoulder sleeves. Version 3 is a skirt adaptation, perfect dressing up or down all year round. The skirt for all three versions features an elegantly flattering high-low hem which dips at the back, and all three options close with a front button fastening and are finished on the inside with facings. Now this is just so pretty. I would say this is like a real pretty dress. And I really fancy making the strappy version of this. I don't know about the cold shoulder thing. I don't know if that would actually suit me because I am quite wide across here anyway. I feel like that would accentuate that even more, so I'm not sure about that. But the other thing that I noticed is they've actually got an expansion pack as well available, and it basically says, we know how great it is to get more mileage out of a well-loved pattern, so the Kew Dress expansion pack is here to help you do that. The pack includes 2 different skirt options so you can mix and match to create up to 12 possible Kew creations. That's pretty awesome, isn't it? Add a swishy gathered skirt to either bodice or a sleek straight skirt, or use either variation to make yourself quick and easy classic skirts. Plus, this pattern pack contains bonus inseam pockets for use with the gathered skirt option. Now, I like on this version the almost pencil skirt variation. I think that would look absolutely gorgeous. So I love how versatile this pattern is. I think it could give you quite a lot. And notions wise, you need some lightweight interfacing, buttons. That's basically it. So again, that's pretty cool. But like the Shelby, there'll be lots of buttonholes to do. So just so you know, I suppose you wouldn't have to do buttonholes if you don't want to. You could do snaps, couldn't you? And get away with it. This goes from sizes 6 to 28, which is UK, and that's a bust of 32 to 54, a waist of 24 to 47, and a hips of 33.5 to 57. So I think that would look really, really cute in some real summery fabric. And I have got a really nice red fabric that I think I got in my So Hailey Jane box a while ago, and I'd really like to use that because I think it would look really cute for the summer. Right, number 2 is the Haut Vol Dress by Maison Fauve. Now, let me see, I think I've got that up here. Let me grab it. She says I'll probably start knocking everything off my thing. Oh, it's not going to do it. Let me stand up. It's been awkward. Here it is. Here it is. Look, this is it here. How pretty is that? It's absolutely beautiful. And I was very kindly gifted this by Maison Fauve. And I can't wait to make it up. So let me read out what it says. There are dresses and then there is Haut Vol. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm probably not at all. I'm probably killing it in there. I've got no French accent. Defined waist, a smooth bust with a neckline highlighted by yokes that give structure and form beautiful shoulders, a long dancing skirt with a front detailed with 2 stitched pleats which make the volume open out towards the bottom of the garment without accentuating the hips. A new dress but still with the fauve details, a delicate cut that reveals a low neckline. Wearing the Haut Vol dress is to move forward proudly with a confident look, ready to jump into your day and feel your wings grow. What a beautiful description. I think it was the dancing skirt that got me. I was like, I'm in. Give me that dancing skirt. I want it. Let's have a look. So the only thing you need for this as well is an invisible zip and some fusible interfacing. So that's not too bad, is it? And that comes in a size range of 6 to 24. My apologies. I didn't actually write down the sizes on this. If I remember, I'll pop it in the description box below. But yes, this is the pattern itself. I love this. It's so simple, but obviously I'm going to do it in some sort of leopard print. It's got to be done, I think. I just think this would show off a really nice print though. You know, like if you had quite a big print, because this skirt here is not broken up at all, except at the back, which is where your seam is. So yeah, this is the back, if you can see. Very pretty. It's beautiful. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting into that, but I've got to trace that obviously because I don't want to cut into my pattern. I am a bit of a cut into my pattern kind of girl, but I'm trying to be really good and trace. She says. Okay, number 3 is the Donny shirt dress hack. Okay, so obviously I've made this. I really like the look of it. But what drew me to it the most to start off with is when they actually introduced it on the day, there was a dress hack that is it Chelsea that is Friday Pattern Company. That's my tumble dryer again, sorry if you can hear it. She had like a dress hack on and I was like, oh my goodness, I don't know if it was the fabric that she wore or what, but I was just drawn to it massively. And then Paige Joanna has also done a hack that I think she used the skirt from the Davenport dress and then used a drawstring in the middle at the waist to bring it in, but I'm like obsessed at the moment with this Donny hack dress. I think I'm gonna have to give it a go because I really fancy it, and I loved the construction of this top. So yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna look at. What it says about the Donny shirt though is the Donny shirt is a boxy pull-on top that's designed to be a workhorse in your wardrobe. It's a dartless top with a lapel collar and patch pocket. The Donny is a great everyday top that can be worn with practically anything, and because of its boxy silhouette, the Donny is comfortable but still cool. Pair it with jeans or a skirt, layer it over or under a dress, the sky's the limit. But obviously, I want to make it into a dress, and I think that would be absolutely gorgeous. The size range on the top anyway is 32 to 50 inches for the bust, waist of 24 to 43 and hips of 34 to 53. And the only notions you need with this is a little bit of fusible interfacing. So basically, to make the dress, all you need to do is cut 2 lengths of fabric and sew them up and attach them. Shorten the bodice probably by a couple of inches. But if you go onto the Friday Pattern Company website, they do tend to have a lot of information and blogs on hacking of their patterns. So I've gone and had a quick look on there, and there's some information on there as well. So I'll definitely be having a look at that. And you have to also remember that there's lots of YouTube in tutorials as well. I think there's one already up now for the Donny shirt as well, so there's always extra resources for you to have a look at. So that's going to be one of the ones that I want to make this summer. Number 4 is one that I've wanted to make for ages, and I'm gonna make it this year. I'm gonna make it, and that is the Claudia Dress by Tessuti. Now, one of my best friends is actually called Claudia, so it's got to be done, you know. It's basically a stylish pull-on sundress featuring narrow shoulder straps, bust darts, stitched down side pockets and above knee side splits with wide hem and top stitching detail. And I love the simplicity of this dress. I think this would look great in a plain, but also in a striking print as well. And this is probably one that I don't know whether I would use viscose for this. I'd want to use something with a bit more structure, you know, almost something like this. It's probably a little bit too lightweight, but like a viscose linen, I think would look really good in this. You know, like a heavy chambray or a very lightweight denim, that type of thing. So I really want to give this a go. The sizes go from an XXS to XL. It's not the most size inclusive, I must admit. I know Tessuti are working on some of their patterns, but this one is a bust of 32 to 42 inches, a waist of 27 to 37 inches, and hips of 36 to 46 inches. But I've spoken to Rachel from Stitched Up because she's made this before, and she just said it's a really lovely construction. And the way that they do the hem, I think it's with mitered corners and everything. And she said, you know what, it's so satisfying when you make this pattern. So I can't wait. I have done quite a bit of research on this already though. And there's a lot of people, oh, excuse me, itchy nose. That normally means you're going to have a fight. Oh, my husband's going to be in for it when he gets home. Oh, I've already digressed. What was I saying? Anyway, yeah, that. I'm really looking forward to making it. But yeah, I have seen a lot of people that said they've struggled with the bust area and getting it to fit right. But when I spoke to Rachel, she was like, nah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. So I might just go for it. Because I was thinking about twirling it. But then I also watched Adele from Sofa Serenity's Friday Sews, and she said she was going to make it. So I'm just going to wait till she's made it, because she always reviews it really well. And I love it because she always gives you all the guts and glory. So I think I might wait till... Adele, if you're watching this, I might wait till you've made it and then decide what I'm doing. And the only thing you need for that is some, well, they say tearaway tear away violin. So what Tessuti tend to do is, instead of stay stitching something, they use this tear away violin where you sew it in and then at the end you kind of like rip it out. I don't tend to do that. I'll just stay stitch it, or I'll put some I don't know really what you call it. It's like a seam tape that stops it from stretching out. So I don't tend to use anything like that. So really, if you're just going to stay stitch everything, you don't need any notions whatsoever other than the thread. Perfect. I was just about to go like that, oosh. But my friend Lucy from Geek Petite told me, she did an impression of me last weekend, and she said that I do that all the time. And I didn't think I did. And I've just been watching myself do it, and I can feel myself about to do that. Anyway, that was number 4. And last but not least is the Vienne Dress by Size Me Sewing. Obviously I've met Donna loads of times. She's a Yorkshire lass as well, even though she's just up to move to France and left us all. But yeah, I've been fancying this dress for ages, and then my gorgeous Tamlin from Sewn on the Tyne made it, and that was it. It put the nail in that coffin for me. I was like, I am making that dress. The only thing is, I see Tamlin and I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna have to make that. I have to realise in my head I'm not gonna look like Tamlin in it. Just like half my size. But she's inspired me to make it, so I'm going to give it a go. So the Vienne dress is a loose fitted tiered dress with lots of swish, and it has pockets. And I love the fact that Donna has put that in block capital letters on her website. What more could you need? A perfect dress for all season, layered up with boots or with just sandals in the summer. It will be your go-to outfit. And I think that's what I love about this pattern, is I think I could get a lot of wear out of this pattern. So like it says, you could wear it in the winter with tights and boots, and in the summer you could just wear it with some little flip-flops, a little denim jacket. It would be spot on. So this is definitely on my agenda. I have got the pattern printed out, ready. It's just getting round to it, isn't it? And the only things you need for this is some elastic for the waist, and for the arms, for the sleeves, and some a button and some thin ribbon for the loop, basically. So again, you don't need an awful lot of notions. There's like a theme here, isn't there? Where a lot of this is very, very easy. But I think it's quite a variety of dresses that I want to make. So you've got kind of like the Vienne dress, which is the nice tiered dress, which will do all occasions. Then you've got something like the Claudia dress, which I think would be absolutely beautiful during the day, but also dressed up with a pair of heels at night time if you were to use a darker fabric, maybe a bit more fancy fabric. Then you've got like the Lyra, which is like a shirt dress. You've got, why did I say the Lyra? Ignore me. That Haut Vol dress, that was it. That one, which is just a little bit more special. Oh, I love it so much. It's so pretty. And then what else? We've got the Kew Dress. So it's a really nice summery dress that you'd feel like you want to be walking around with a picnic basket over your arm. You know, so there's quite a lot of different style dresses there. And because I have put weight on recently, over the last year or two, I am trying to discover what suits my body shape best at the moment. I know people say, you know, you can wear whatever you want, and I totally agree with that. And if you're comfortable with it, boom, go for it. For me though, I need to look in the mirror and go, oh, that's quite nice. I don't want to look in the mirror and go, oh. And shapeless things sometimes do that for me. So I have to be really careful what I'm wearing, that I don't look a bit like a bag lady. Basically, I'll just put it out there. Have you made any of these dresses anyway? Let me know in the comment section down below if you think the 5 that I want to make are good, or if you've got any other suggestions for beautiful dress patterns. There are so many that I could have written down. At first I had like a list of 12 of each, but I was like, well, we'll be here till Christmas basically. So I did have to narrow it down to 5, but I would have loved to have done more. But I'm trying to keep focused with the ones that I want to make the most, so that I can try and get them done this summer, and that I'm realistic with myself. I'd love to have had them all done for my holiday, but it just wasn't going to happen, was it? But yeah, let me know in the comment section down below if you've made any of the, particularly of the 5 dresses that I want to make. I would really like to know any feedback that you've got on those. If there's any bits in it that you're like, oh, watch out for this, Ruan, or whatever, just let me know, won't you? But I hope you've enjoyed that video. I know it's a little bit crazy, and I did prepare, but you know what I'm like, I just go off on tangents all the time. But if you have liked this video, please do hit the like button for me, because it's a free way to let other people see me and get on our little groovy train. And if you haven't already subscribed, I'd love for you to join us. But yeah, if you hit the notification button, every time I put a video out, you'll get a notification to let you know. I'll be like that in your little inbox. Hello, come and watch me. Anyway, right, I'm off to finish my packing, and then I'm jetting off on that aeroplane, and I'll see you hopefully when I definitely haven't got a tan, because I won't have, because that just doesn't happen to me. This is fake tan, by the way. And I'll see you soon, hopefully. Take care, everybody. Bye.